not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. And tonight we'll get to see Corey Harris, one of the bright young stars in this league. Kenny, talk about what makes him so valuable to this team.
Because he's been a leader at every level. He exudes confidence.
Well, yeah, you can say all that. But, well, y'all. Back to Michelle. I'm not going crazy. Washington ain't started. I think I know what they about to do.
Visit the ticket website for more information for availability on any upcoming link.
It's home to Tinseltown. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for
Well, guys, as you know, there is a long and complicated history between Corey Harris and AI. Now, they were college teammates before AI dunked on Harris during that exhibition game in China. And I asked AI about the impact of that, and he said, look, we're cool. We've been through a lot together. We separate that when we step onto the floor. Guys?
Thank you for that report as always, David. This situation not
Yeah,
too
they have
uncommon in the
me
NBA right now.
You know, there are a lot of guys who are very close off the court, but they'll go at each other all out when they step on the court. And happens more because of players seeing each other all the time in youth ball as they've grown up.
Well, Kobe, you're known as one of the greatest Lakers of all time. I know you feel there are a lot of guys in that first line of the sentence, right?
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Guys that I've watched growing up. I mean, listen, I go all the way back to the days of Pollard and Mikan, and I've watched them all. Let alone the Baylors, you know, the Chamberlains, the Jabbars, the Worthies. I mean, it's just
what names?
I mean, what franchise has those?
No one.
Right? I mean, if you look up in the rafters and you see all the jerseys that are hanging up there, they're not some of the all-time Laker greats. They're some of the all-time greats, period. Right? And so to be a part of that franchise is just mind-blowing.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. AI is out there with Carter, and it's Porter in at the small forward. Here's AI. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Los Angeles. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And really, man, they played their hearts out. Missed a couple opportunities down the stretch, and that was the difference.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? Much love to him because the energy was there. But the execution fell just a little short.
And Kobe, I know you'd spend a fair amount of time watching video and scouting your opponents. How would your film change from regular season to say, the playoffs?
I had more time to prepare in the postseason, so I could watch more film and really focus on the entire package of the team that we're facing.
Not just the guy that's defending you?
No, not just the guy that's defending me.
All of it.
But all of it. Right? How do they play us defensively as a team? How do they play us individually? You know, how do we need to play them as a team? How do we need to play them individually? You start looking at kind of the grand scheme of things. In a regular season, you know, most of these film sessions, for me at least anyway, took place on the plane. Right, in between games. So when I get to the hotel, I can rest generally.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Now, here's Dunn. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
The Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Levine against Harris to the inside. There'll be a lot of guys, once they stop playing, their bodies change. Yet they still have the ailments.
That's generous.
But a lot of guys have ailments that linger on through their post-career. What kind of workout? We know you were just a workout fiend when you played, but what about now in retirement?
Why you gonna put me out foul for?
Do you? Yeah, it's become a challenge. Because most players, when they retire, say, you know what, I just don't want to gain a boatload of weight, right? And so they just try to manage that. I don't want to manage something. I want to attack something. So I'm going to say, you know what?
Well, that's a surprise.
Revelation. And so I said, I'm going to train harder than I ever did because I want to look good. I want to be fit for my children. I want to be able to chase them around and be able to show up at some of these retirement ceremonies.
And looking like you did when you played.
Being in great shape.
Yeah.
So.
And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Ball kicks to McGee. to the middle. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by McGee. LeBron's got his second basket of the night. And as the focal point offensively, reading the defense, so critical to have that split-second reaction and trying to figure out where their defense is going in such a short time frame. It's amazing.
Well, that's part of the magic trick because it's already figured out, right, through film. So when I watch a game, I know what their coverages are. Right, so I know
you could figure out what, and because there's so many coverages. I mean, let's face it.
But you know, they all kind of do the same thing, right? So when you watch the game, you know, if I'm preparing for the Bulls, preparing for whoever, I can look and see what their defensive packages are because they can't just throw something new in there, right? Because they've been doing this defense since training camp, right? So you're generally going to see the same rotations. So now I can put guys on the floor and set up the pieces to take advantage of that rotation.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Ingram comes in.
Hold on, y'all. Shots only.
For Kyle Kuzma. Hart, he's checked in for Harris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Lonzo Ball. James, the pass to Ingram. There's 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Inside. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Gotta like seeing Ingram get going down underneath the rim. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Now here's Valentine. At the elbow, it's AI. Pass to Levine. And Chandler sends it back.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
20 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Harrison. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Markkanen. That one's not going to go. Chandler with the defensive effort. Here's Hart. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Hart's got his first points of the night.
I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. He's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
Wow. I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Chicago right now, they've got Lowry, Markkanen, Valentine out there with Harrison. Then it's AI. And it's Hutchinson in at the 3 spot. And let's catch up with our sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Jazz had a huge game. He finished with 24 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. His big game ensured that his team would continue its hot streak. And we'll see if they can keep it going tonight. Kevin?
Nice work, David. Thank you. His contribution in that game was a big one.
And whenever he's that effective, it makes them so much stronger as a team. Doesn't have to do it all, but it helps when he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Greg, and that's what he'll be trying to do again tonight, in my opinion. Maybe not go out there and dominate, but put his stamp on as many different areas of this game as he can.
And the post-up, a big part of your offensive arsenal as well, Kobe. You were comfortable. That focus, Kobe, you were talking about knowing where everybody is and feeling a situation. Seems like that's something you're born with, right? I mean, you can learn only so much, right? But there's something innate in the way you are.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right? There's certain things that are just naturally there. And I don't know if it comes from whether 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, whatever the case may be. and being around the game so much, watching it so much, there's certain things that are just naturally there.
I'd like to give a big thank you once again to Kobe Bryant for coming by, and feel free anytime to drop by and join our broadcast.
Thank you, man. It's been wonderful. Thank you for having me.
You know, Clark, thinking back on Kobe's legacy to the Lakers and how great of an impact he had in that team, very few players have that kind of relationship with a franchise.
And you know, Kevin, with free agency, it's getting more and more rare for a player to spend their entire career with one.
And again for three.
And with every three-pointer made now, he comes closer to that top spot.
You know he wants it. He's been drilling threes all season and is well within striking distance.
Well, Curry's high mark of 402 is so far ahead of the rest of the field, but he's got a good chance to come close to it the way he's been shooting.
Outside Porter. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Dunn kicks to AI. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. And now it's a 10-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Harris outside. The pass to Ingram. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And so that's the end of the first half. Bulls out front as they end the second quarter.
Let's go. I told y'all, I'm about to baby LeBron.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Really an incredible game from AI.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
And, you know, Greg, I like how they've set the pace. There's a lot of time left in this one, so there's no rush. You don't have to go 70 miles an hour. Keep it at about 45.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Lonzo Ball out there with Harris, and it's McGee in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Hey, Clark, which players and veterans in particular do you think have done a great job of adapting their games to remain effective?
Yeah, you know, these lists are pretty long, but I think of Sean Livingston. Remarkable talent, went through some injuries and has found a home at Golden State. Trevor Ariza has been a terrific role player on a couple of teams in his career. Impact player at both ends. You think about Paul Millsap, a guy who has been able to transition to a couple of different teams and provide leadership and great production. So those guys come to mind.
Pass to James. Dishes it to McGee. Inside, here's Kuzma. And it's AI with the rebound. The Bulls leading by 10. Levine kicks to AI. Back to Levine. Passes it to AI. And the Bulls, another 3.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Yeah, you know what? The defense can't keep giving him these looks. I mean, he looks really comfortable shooting from these spots on the floor.
Here's James. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
I know
James
Porter
has got 7 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Chicago calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. His drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. AI right side. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Chicago leading by 10. The Lakers with LeBron wasted no time trying to surround him with free agent signings, Greg, to help round out the supporting cast.
Names came in rapid succession after LeBron committed. Caldwell Pope, Rondo, Stevenson all joined in short order. We'll see how far this team goes, but you cannot deny how interesting things have gotten with this roster.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart comes in for Harris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Levine kicks to AI. Off target from the baseline. Lakers trail by 7. Ingram passes to Hart. Ingram outside. Back to Hart. Pass to Rondo. 5 to shoot. Lakers passing it around. From deep three-point range. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. And just a fantastic run of games for him. A look at the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
Well, you just look at the scoring he's provided and the numbers he has put up, and it's a no-brainer. Rarely does someone carry an offense this much and not walk away with some form of hardware for their efforts.
Levine for 3, and it's Ingram with the rebound.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
Here's Hutchison. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Hutchinson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. LeBron against Markkanen. Here's Hart. It's hauled in by the Bulls. AI's got 4 rebounds in this game. Levine looking around. Here's AI. Offline with his 3. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 10-point game. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Rondo dishes to Ingram. Feeds to McGee. And he banks in the layup. McGee's got 5 points now this quarter.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Levine kicks to AI. Off target with his 3. Here's Hart. Over Valentine. Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
That's just...
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Josh Hart comes in for Chandler. And Harris subbed in for James. Chicago also making some changes. AI is checked in for Lopez. Lowry Markkanen comes in for... Connects again from distance.
Nails it and is now even for the record.
Hard to believe, isn't it? His next shot from range will move him into the top spot all time for threes in a season.
Reggie
A few years ago, hitting 300 threes was impossible. Then Curry hits 402 in 2016, and just years later, the 402 plateau has been reached again. You just can't make this stuff up.
So for Chicago right now, Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And again for 3.
And who thought it couldn't be done? That three moving him into history.
You could feel it as soon as it left his hand. He is the king of the
403 threes in a single season.
Alone at the top of the list.
And back in 2016,
Boy,
he had a year that I didn't think anyone could match until now. 402 no longer the high mark for threes in a season. The era of the long ball is truly upon us.
And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection
as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Unable to get that one.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Have game, will travel. These fans see what he's all about.
And he continues, GA, to add to his season total, knocking him down from long range.
Shots just like that are why he's so deadly from that range. Any clean look from deep, and he's been dropping it all season long.
Yeah, you can't say I ain't better than Steph Curry. You cannot say that no more. I am better than Steph.
26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Outside Rondo to the paint, and it's McGee with the jam.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal, has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
The clock now can just run out for the Bulls. Out to AI. From deep, good, another from three. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point shot.
Kuzma, and it's good from the elbow.
You know, for such a young player, Kuzma has a tremendous amount of confidence and seems to be comfortable no matter where he is and what the circumstance is.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A solid win on the road. For them, this building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Now, tonight you passed Stephen Curry for the most three-pointers in a single season. Was that mark anywhere in your mind before the game?
Not really. You know, I knew it was within reach, but you know, I just tried not to think about it. But when I hit them threes and saw my teammates going nuts, I knew that I'd broken that record, and I gotta say it was a pretty special feeling.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
I got a million fans. Hold on, let me see what's my endorsement. Record China, huh? go to the neighborhood, go pick up my check. Got a check to pick up.
Hey, I got a check for you.
Great. Thanks.
1,470 VC.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Well, for Denver, they've got an opportunity tonight to sweep the season series 2 wins to none. The coaching staff commented that they feel confident coming into this one.
It's going to be a split.
And tonight we're going to see Isaiah Thomas, one of only a handful of players his size.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Huh? Going good. I know you ain't beat that record.
Have some fun tonight.
Come on. That's hard to do. I mean, no, not the.
Please see the ticket.
don't know. What game is this? Oh. I forgot what game it is.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Pets. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, whether it's jilted fans in Utah or a player's feelings after an unwanted trade, we always hear that saying, there's no loyalty in sports. But is there any room for nuance? The league's a business and a competition. And in any competition, there are winners and losers. Guys?
Great stuff, David. Thank you. When the super teams are dominant game after game, some people are going to ask, what's the point of even playing a game like this?
Well, in the regular season, I hear that all the time, and I sort of laugh at it because this is what the season is about. Sure. 82-game grind, having competition not only with opponents, but within yourself, within your team, battling for minutes. And we understand that a lot of these teams are built to win in the postseason. The regular season doesn't mean much for them. They're going to qualify for the playoffs, but there are other teams in this league, Kevin, trying to fight to improve. And on nights where you have opportunities to play against that kind of dominant team, a coach can say, see the potential, see what is possible. We just saw it here tonight.
And take some personal pride in your performance.
No doubt about it. And you can stack yourself up against these super teams that roll into your arena to find out exactly where you are. And sometimes winning a game like that for a coaching staff, they can say, let's use this momentum to build on it. We just beat one of the better teams in the league. So psychologically, it works in a lot of ways during a regular season.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Chicago right now, Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Porter is out there with AI. And it's Carter in at the 5. Home in the paint. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one. And that offensive execution also was lacking.
Now, they made a few shots, Reg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Now, here's Thomas. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. And there's the pass to Harris. And it's Jokic in the corner. Lock at 6. Outside Thomas. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Dunn. And the Bulls, another 3.
And how about Dunn getting the ball in a great spot, making the deep attempt look too easy. Chris Dunn taking 5th overall back in 2016. Didn't break through in his rookie season with the Wolves. He's getting more opportunity here in Chicago. That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
And that one's good by Porter.
And good decision-making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific feed.
Dunn dishes to AI. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. Levine passes to AI. Back to Levine. Thomas against Dunn. Here's AI. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. And it's 6 points for AI. And we've seen it ever since he came into the NBA. AI's magnetism is something that few players have. Fans just can't help but cheer for him.
And AI has had star written on him since first getting that chance, and he's made the most of it every step of the way. Hard not to cheer for him as a neutral fan, given how hard this guy's worked to get here.
And here are the Bulls now. Denver getting their last shot to go. They're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Millsap kicks to Thomas. Back to Millsap. And again, it's Denver.
Well, Millsap, the go-to guy here. This offense has some sets where they like to get him the ball in some isolation. Good work on the inside that time.
Now, here's AI. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Dunn after the Nuggets pick up 2. Back to AI. Drills it from outside. AI's got 9.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Now on the court, your Nuggets dancers. Let them hear it.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Denver shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio, and that was in the 2005 finals against Detroit. We had come back home for a Game 6 that I thought we were going to win, and we did not. And sort of the pressure that mounted after that game to know that we were going to a Game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off of Game 5 we were going to win. It certainly elevated the intensity of the Game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
Thomas is out there with Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Lakers was tremendous. He ended up with 44 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of 3-pointers. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin, we'll see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks for checking in, D.A. He was phenomenal for them in that game. It was fun to watch.
And not just fun for us, but it had to be fun for him as well. Everything was working, and he just seemed to enjoy and embrace every minute of it.
And I love having fun, but fun comes at a cost, and that cost is work and effort. So let's not get too far away from that tonight. He was a workhorse in this one.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Harris is checked in. Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Chris Dunn comes in for Harrison. It's tipped. Porter against Carter. Jokic, and it's blocked. In the corner, it's Levine over Harris, and it's good off the back rim and in. Levine's got 4 points in the quarter.
It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Golden State Warriors. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Thomas finds Porter. Carter with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Done. Wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That is his first foul of the game. The Nuggets making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Can they get it? Here's Porter. It's blocked. Here we go. One-on-one. Here's AI. They grabbed their own miss. From past the arc. That one does not go. It puts him at 5 for 9 from the field. Passes to Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, nobody's really altering the shot there for Millsap. Good job of focus.
Here's Levine, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Zach LaVine, a high riser, the 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer. Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Malik Beasley comes in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Beasley. Sweet little floater. Beasley's got 5 points now this quarter.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Down against Morris. Pass to Hutchison. Here's AI from beyond the arc and then some. AI's got 18 points in the game.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Millsap, it's deflected, and it's out of bounds to the
Let's
Nuggets.
go! 3 blocks.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Back to the action after this word. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from AI.
Scoring consistently from range. He really lit it up there in the first half.
We'll see if they keep feeding him right now until he cools down or until the defense does something to take him away from these great opportunities. No reason to go away from him.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. AI is out there with Carter, and it's Porter at the 3 spot. Now here's Millsap over AI. Millsap misses. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown. That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game." He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. And here's Jokic. After the three-pointer from AI. Fades back, and there it is for him. Jokic has got 5 now.
Mid-range game as Jokic spotted himself up and drilled that one.
Here's Levine. He's got 6, and a wide open look for AI. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 4 assists in the game. The Nuggets trail by 20.
Interesting, Kevin. I got drafted by the Nuggets, never played there. They drafted me 15th overall back in the 1995 draft and then shipped me out. I would have been a much better skier, by the way.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, here's Dunn. 5 points in the game. AI outside. His three-pointers off the mark. And Brent, I'm thinking back to that trade. The Nuggets were moving up to select Antonio McDyess.
Yeah, McDyess went number 2 overall and obviously went on to have a pretty stellar career. And Rodney Rogers and I went to Los Angeles, where I got a lot of early minutes in my rookie campaign. So interesting trade. Draft night. Tough to fault him for the struggles of the team so far. He has been solid. It's the rest of the guys that need to come along for the ride.
Now, here's Dunn. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Levine against Harris. Outside Thomas. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. And a great time to check out the power rankings. See how the teams are stacking up across the league. Taking a look at Denver. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some people say they're playing above their heads. I think we're just starting to realize how good this team is.
Denver calls timeout. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to those?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, "What do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around." But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Bounce pass from Morris. Kicks to Plumlee. That one drops for him.
For his career, more than 3/4 of Plumlee's basket have come within 3 feet of the rim, so you know he's going to take it inside.
Pass to AI. Inside. Here's Markkanen. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Markkanen's got 7.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots, and it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago leading by 21. Dunn kicks to Valentine. Back to Dunn. There's the 3. No good there. Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Murray. And no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. The pass to Valentine from outside the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Morris passes to Murray. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bulls.
Now into the lineup for the Bulls. Robin Lopez.
.43 seconds left here in the third quarter. Beasley outside. Clock at 4. Unloads from 13. Another shot and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Jokic, even though we look at his body and you don't think he plays physically, he can
1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Morris with the ball. Martin from outside. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for AI.
I just loved his defense. He took pride in swatting away a bunch of shots tonight and made his impact felt.
We've got Will Barton. Morris is out there with Murray. Then it's Plumlee, and it's Beasley in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Harrison kicks to AI. And the 3 ball is good. AI's got 33 points.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now the team came in fired up from the opening tip. You see the focus. We're ready to do battle. Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Off target with his 3. To the paint. Here's Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Well, Barton had a good feel about what was happening defensively, and his teammate was wide open.
Passes it to Selden. Out to the right wing. Here's AI. It's off. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching.
else think that there was some goaltending happening in the second half that they didn't call? Because, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's debatable.
AI, you're in high demand, my
What's
friend.
up, Charlie?
Shaq and Kenny want to chat?
All right, Shaq.
Good luck.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Hey, this is Shaq. Hurrah! You've been beasting these last few games, and it's fun to watch. Anything you feel you've done differently to make this impact?
Anything differently? You know, the one difference I can identify, I'm trying to be more aggressive with my touches. When I don't settle to play passive, I know it benefits the whole team. Creates opportunities for others, you know, to make plays. And we know that we have to be aggressive as a group in order to accomplish things that we want this season. And we've just been trying to set the tone with my play.
AI, huh? The A must stand for animal.
Thank you, Shaq. You crazy. Here you go.
Hey, yeah.
Which one is that?
That's Quinn.
That's the baby.
No, that's the mama. I don't know what to do no more, man. I'm just tired of 73 overall. Hey. Let's go, Miami.
AI, your turn.
Okay, coming. Good luck.
Big win for you guys tonight. Do you feel like you can even learn anything in a game where the score is so lopsided?
Learn anything? Man, I don't know. All I can tell you.
I knew it. I ain't doing that no more. I'm gonna play it cool.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Damn, this thing still charging. We're just gonna need to be 3
Good
bars.
evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. Chicago is one of the teams right now playing very consistently. They have been a team on a mission this season. Best record in the NBA. We're getting deep into the schedule now, and they continue playing dominant basketball. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're
Well, yeah, I got some extra pants though, but I ain't going.
And don't forget about our bobblehead giveaway today. Come to the game, bring the family, and get a free
Outside of that.
On the road, looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Miami Heat are ready to get this thing started. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Bulls. And, of course, Ryan Anderson. He's a guy that will be... And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness.
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. Pierre, thank you. And right around this time of the year, some teams spending long stretches on the road. Chris, that's difficult. It's got to be tough, I would assume, for players to deal with that, teams to deal with that.
It does get tough. Long road trips, travel, you're staying home from your family, you haven't seen your family and your friends, but I tell you what it does as a team. Coaches love it because it builds camaraderie, it builds chemistry. Now you have time to go to the movies and hang out with guys on your team at a restaurant or just hanging out. And what does that do? It brings you a little bit closer together because now you're building a relationship that's not based on basketball. These long road trips allow you to be together, to get to understand and know each other in ways maybe you haven't before. And believe me, there's been many times on the court I've joked with the guy on my team about something that had nothing to do with the game, and it brought us to even play harder because we had an inside joke about something else. Who wouldn't want to play with their friends, right? Who wouldn't want their friends to...
You just made me miss. Sit down. Like, what are you doing? Don't be on the table. You just made me miss a shot. No table. Yes. My game. My thing. My everything. Yeah. Ah.
challenge them. And that's the type of relationships you build on these long road trips.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. Fournier out there with Dragic, and it's Richardson in at the three. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
Levine against Fournier. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Kicks it out to Richardson. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Nuggets in Denver. And Levine with the slam.
You get to see why Levine won the dunk contest in 2016. I mean, he has endless ups.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Dragic looking for an opening. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls it up. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Now that makes them 80% from the floor early on. Let's see how long they can stay this hot.
Down against Dragic. Pass to AI. And the Bulls, another three.
Like the show of unselfishness from Porter, wanting to improve as a passer and hit his open teammates.
Dragic kicks to Fournier. To the inside. Whiteside, count the basket. Whiteside's got 6.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
1:51 left to play here in the first. Dunn passes to AI. And the Bulls get it back. Passes it to Porter. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Levine dishes to Dunn. Pass to Porter. AI kicks to Dunn. Here's AI. Off target from three-point range. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Heat. They trail by 1.
And boy, when you think about what the Bulls were in the 90s, Jordan, Pippen, Grant, Robert, I mean, a group that could suffocate you on both ends.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Timeout called the Heat. And Chris, talking about the Bulls dynasty, some people feel it was the greatest of all time.
That's a tough question. You got Russell, Celtics, Duncan, Spurs, the Lakers, Showtime. Let's include the Warriors.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Knocks it loose and stolen by Dunn. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Then it's AI. And it's Hutchinson in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Nuggets just played phenomenal. He scored 33 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
Yeah, he was special. The biggest challenge for him tonight is that the defense will be ready for him. They saw what he did in the last game, just like the rest of them.
Great open look there. AI's got the lead up to 5 now for the Bulls.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
Richardson finds Whiteside. Fournier with the ball. Kicks it out to Johnson. Here's the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Johnson's got 5.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusted.
Here's AI. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. He'd have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And when you look at Evan Fournier, he's just a reliable source for points whenever he's on the floor.
Yeah, and Fournier is a bit of a quiet scorer. And he always ends up with a lot of points, but doesn't tend to wow you with any individual plays. Terrific shooter who just makes the most of his touches and his minutes whenever he's on the floor.
Here's Whiteside, and it's all evened up. He's got 11.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
AI passes to Levine. Here's Hutchison, covered by Winslow. Kicks to AI. Knocks down the 3 ball. AI's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Bulls.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependent.
1:03 left in the second quarter. Outside Fournier. Back to Richardson. 4 on the clock. The 19-foot shot and another basket for Miami.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Dunn kicks to AI. Off target from three-point range. Miami trailing. Winslow with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. And the jam by Whiteside.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. To the left wing. Here's Hutchison, covered by Winslow. A nice shot by AI. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Fournier for three.
Such a dog defender.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get... And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from AI.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm he gave them in that first half. The three ball just kept falling.
Well, and credit coach for repeatedly calling his number. If it ain't broke, don't mess with it.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Richardson and Johnson are the forwards. Dragic is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. Chris, your team's battled Kobe Bryant many times. Name some of the players today who you think can compare mentally to the Kobe Bryants and the Michael Jordans, guys you play.
Oh, wow. Well, Kobe says he's seen it in Kyrie Irving and the Greek Freak and a few others. I've seen it in Westbrook and how hard he plays, and KD. And I don't think Steph Curry's just this little nice, helpless guy out there on the court to shoot threes and turn around. He's one of those guys, too, that just wants to put that dagger into your heart with a deep three late in the game. So definitely Westbrook, KD, Curry, those guys come to mind.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Hassan Whiteside continues to develop. Now, Miami coach Eric Spoelstra said it's got nothing to do with his stats. He's going to do that no matter what. It's about making winning plays and caring more about his teammates than he cares about himself. Now he can lead in a different way because he has the respect of the locker room. Kevin?
Terrific, DA. Thank you. Wasted no time on that.
Yeah, I'll take care of them. Let me go do that now. Thanks for reminding me. Oh yeah, we'll be back. Alright, y'all, I'm back.
And now it's an 8-point Bulls lead.
Oh, I like watching Porter filling up from the mid-range, demonstrating a nice touch from the in-between area of the floor.
And the Heat call time here.
And Larry Markkinen, a 7-footer who can really let it fly. At Arizona, the most three-pointers ever by a 7-footer in a single season.
So Chicago going with an almost entire. Shoots a fader. No good. And it's Chicago the other way.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call, but let's see what they do right here.
Felicio, the pass to Levine. AI kicks to Levine. Here's AI. No good from outside. The Heat trail by 6. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Winslow dishes to Whiteside. And Waiters, here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he's there at 71 from the line this season, probably below where you'd like to see him.
Here's Dunn. Fires from deep. A three-pointer is right on target. Dunn's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Certainly a work in progress from there, but Dunn really needs to become a knockdown threat from downtown.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Bulls up 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming next on.
Final quarter.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
I got on my blue glasses.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. AI is out there with Markkinen. And it's Hutchinson in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. AI kicks to Dunn. AI outside. Miami grabs the miss. Winslow's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. No good on that. And the Bulls making a change here. Porter's checked in. Fournier's checked in for Miami.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the 2nd, despite being down.
Dunn passes to AI. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 6 assists here tonight.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Richardson kicks to Whiteside. Over AI. That one off the back iron and out.
That's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there. They can't keep doing that.
And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
The Heat trail by 12. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Fournier with the ball. Now defended by Levine. Back to Winslow. Takes a 3. Hands it from downtown.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this 2nd half.
The pass to Levine. AI outside. Dunn passes to AI. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Richardson against Dunn. That one wide left.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Timeout called the Heat. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. Whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust.
Al Richardson, pass to Adebayo. Top of the key, Dragic. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good runs throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
Probably, I seen her. She downstairs, I think. I think she either be downstairs or yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get out with it sometime. Try to get a record in my house, get out there with furniture, paint and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know.
y'all don't have to do it again. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Cause John dancing. Oh, your ass cannot dance. Sit the down. Wait, we're going against Cleveland, then we're going against the Hawks, and then we're going back against Cleveland
It's
again.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
I know I just do these NBA games. I really don't.
Hello and thanks for joining us on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith as we get ready for this very special broadcast of the NBA. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Cleveland Cavaliers out at Quicken Loans Arena. And for Cleveland, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight.
Nope. They are not about to be competitive because it's going to be me. Wow, you playing that type of music in Cleveland, huh? I wasn't.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a
They got
special
me
Martin Luther
started,
King
man.
Day edition. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and 2 Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Home court advantage goes to the Cavaliers playing here in Quicken Loans Arena. You look at the Bulls, an excellent season underway. We've seen a lot of good basketball so far from these guys.
And they've done well in this matchup. I mean, 2-0 against them to this point, a win here, and they take the season series with a sweep in sight.
You know, they know what they can do against these guys. I think the key is you try to avoid complacency.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. AI is out there with Lowry Markkanen, and it's Porter at the small forward. Settling into the new season now, Doris. Some teams really finding that groove and their rhythm. Talk about what they can do to maintain that. Sometimes it's easier to get there, but then to maintain it becomes the real chore.
Right, and that's where coaching comes into play. Guys trying to pull the right string, play the right notes with their teams. And obviously, one of the most important things you can have on a night-by-night basis is energy, consistent energy on the defensive end. If you stay in the moment, you focus on the next play. I know 82 games can be a grind, Kev, but if you break it down into smaller chunks, it becomes much more manageable.
Good idea. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Love, no luck.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
And it's good for 2. AI's got 5 now.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Here's Osman taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, there are several ways that Thompson can be a factor on the offensive end, and he is still adding to that arsenal.
Here's Dunn. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. On the wing, Levine. Here's AI. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. 8 points for AI. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now, here's Sexton. Dunn covering. The pass to Sexton. Back to Clarkson. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Clarkson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute enough, but it isn't his top priority. Very dangerous when left alone outside.
And here's Sexton following the 3 from AI. Osman kicks to Love. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. 9 feet out, and it's blocked. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Here's AI. That 3 off the mark.
I think he should consider taking another dribble and step in next time. That's more in his range.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Now, here's Dunn. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. A nice shot by AI.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
And so here's Cleveland following the 3 from AI. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Now, here's Dunn. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. One-on-one here. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game for the Cavaliers. Nance comes in for Thompson. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. And Chicago also making a switch. Carter's checked in. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
If he gets a step that close to the hoop, you know Smith is going to finish with a dunk.
Done outside. Here's AI. The jump hook. Nance gets the rebound.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Osman. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Carter outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of miss.
There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Sexton dishes to Nance. Smith scanning the floor. And yes, it's good. Smith's got his second basket of the game.
You know, we think J.R. Smith is just a shooter, but make no mistake, he has no problem attacking the rim.
Pass to Carter. Back to AI. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
Carter kicks to Dunn. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Boy, how much do you appreciate Chris Dunn working hard inside to come away with these easy interior buckets?
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's Chicago up by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Bulls. They've got AI. Valentine out there with Harrison. Then there's Carter. And it's Hutchinson in at the 3. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Heat was a man on a mission. He finished with 27 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. That was just the latest in a solid string of performances from him. Obviously looking to keep the momentum going here this evening. See how he does, Kevin.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, you do wonder, though, Greg, does he still have some of the adrenaline going from that performance? No matter how tired he is, he should have plenty of energy coming off that.
And here's Sexton. 26 points for him last game against the Nuggets in Denver. Down low, Henson. He feeds it to Nance. Here's Henson. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with the win.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Heat.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. Doris, when you talk about coach, aside from wins and losses, and so it's the Chicago Bulls enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Well, so I was
Thanks again for joining us, and welcome back to our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA.
He is.
Really an incredible game from AI.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
The forwards are Osman and Love.
Oh,
Sexton is out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Thompson in at the center. That's the five to begin the second half for Larry Drew. Dunn passes to AI. Puts up a three. Rebounded by Clarkson. The Cavaliers trail by 10.
They're about to
the middle. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 8
points.
They are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Markkanen kicks to Levine. To the paint. Back to AI. Tries a three.
Nope.
Here's Dunn. And there's 2 points. Working on the pass, paying off that time.
You done made my
7
player
points in the
cold.
game.
Well, after missing their first 3 shots, they finally get one to go in this half.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Osman. Pass to Thompson. Good work there as it goes. Thompson's got 4 points this quarter.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Greg, what are some of the positives
Bro, you
that
just
Tristan
made my player.
Thompson's play brings to the team?
Still a very efficient scorer on the shots that he does take. And he lives mostly inside the paint. And still a strong offensive rebounder. But his days of being a threat on the offensive end as the game has evolved seems to have kind of gone away.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And the first one at the line is good. Carter, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. No good on the second free throw. And this last offseason, one that every Cleveland fan dreaded. LeBron hitting free agency. And Doris, they were right to be worried.
And now the challenge for the Cavs organization is replacing a player of LeBron's magnitude. This is a group that still has talent, but it certainly has to think about rebuilding. It was an incredible second stint for LeBron in Cleveland, but the Cavs will surely be a whole new team without him.
Harry Nance is checked in for Cleveland. Smith comes in for Jordan Clarkson. The Bulls also changing it up. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Harrison in for Chris Dunn. A 3-ball.
I cannot make no type of shot.
Despite his struggles from the field in
You
this
done
period,
made my player
he's
ice
going to
cold.
keep asking for the basketball.
They get the rebound. Good work defensively by Carter.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Levine for 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
Because he don't make my
lead
play.
up to
I
12
can
now for
barely make
Chicago.
any shot.
That's a gorgeous looking jumper. Elbow in, full extension on the release. Levine is deadly in catch and shoot.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows that they're all making sure to stay hydrated.
I know I got served up. Now I am because I just simulated the game.
The Bulls leading by 19. Taking a look at the Bulls. They've got Porter. Valentine out there with Dunn. Then it's AI. And it's Felicio in at the four-man position. AI nailed from three-point land. AI's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Chicago. Clarkson kicks to Love. Here's Zizic. Back to Love. To the inside. And John Henson with the slam.
And Kevin, what you love about this is there's an unselfish nature to Kevin Love's game, and I believe that's contagious.
Dunn passes to AI. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 6 assists
Y'all are
in the game.
going to make me
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Passes it
I don't
to
even
Zizic.
have takeover yet.
Doris, this term plus
It's not-
6
the bar's
coming into
not
the lexicon
filled.
describes a player whose wingspan
filled. You
exceeds
gotta have
his
a-
height by at least 6 inches. I know you've heard that before.
Yeah, well, we can think of several players who fit this description of the plus 6. Electric young players like Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi Leonard.
I am not about to let y'all let
The claw
me lose
extends
this
to his
game.
wingspan as well. And then Draymond Green, who in the fourth quarter defensively seemed like a player who's everywhere in every moment.
Y'all funny. Y'all funny.
Down against Clarkson. Three-pointer on the way. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Y'all really trying to
Nance
get
has
into
got
my
his
head.
5th rebound right now in the game. In
I
the
know
corner,
exactly
it's
what y'all
Clarkson.
Y'all bad
And the three
because
off
I
target.
believe it, though.
The Bulls leading by 21. AI kicks to Dunn. Back to AI. A three-pointer off the mark. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Down against Clarkson. To the inside. Henson. And slam dunk by Henson.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
Dunn passes to AI. Hits it from three-point range. AI's got 10 points here in the second half.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Timeout called. Cleveland. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary.
Luol
of
Deng
the
played for the
NBA playing in
Minnesota
Mexico City.
Timberwolves.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico
been
City
playing with
is the
Timberwolves.
5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in New
They
York.
retired.
Agreed.
They've been retired.
Doris was so progressive. Has just, given them so
retired.
much new things, revenue,
Retired.
avenues to follow. It just opens up a
He
whole
been
new
retired.
area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Durant.
This
I
is
tell you what, it's almost
this is
like
the
stealing
bull.
how he plays the game from this seat.
I forgot what
Now, here's Dunn. He's
Brian
tightly
Scalabrine.
guarded.
Yes, I do. He was weak for the Bulls
Markkanen
too.
kicks to AI. Tried to come
Zero
right back
puts
with the
us in
3 of
trouble.
his own, but it's no good. Now, here's Sexton. Dunn covering.
He's out there.
And it's Love missing.
He's out there.
Hard
He's
to
number
figure out
8.
how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win.
Exactly.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the
Yeah,
season
North
series.
Korea with
The
Kim
one
Jong-un.
player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for AI.
Boy, with all the work he did at the offensive end, it seemed to me to take a toll on the defenders. They could neither match his energy nor his intensity. That's a nice play. You have to read and react in an instant to have success on the offensive
He actually
glass.
owned part of the Bulls franchise.
Dunn passes to AI.
Yes.
Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. AI's got 32 points.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
Sexton's shot is good.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
Connects again from distance. Buries his
10th triple of the game. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all made me cold. I just got myself backfired up.
To the middle. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A
21-point
victory
lead
for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
I got to do
And
my
that about
face
wraps
scan
it up
over.
for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying.
No.
Ain't no way you cannot be broke and not see your kids not pay your child support and not do this.
He probably don't see it as a simple thing he needs to pay. Some people be attention on that. I don't think nobody should be.
Hey man, you played a good game tonight.
No child.
Set me up.
AI, guess what?
Yo, what's up, Charlie?
Interview.
You don't
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Shaq and Kenny, you're on.
All right.
I don't care how rich you are.
That's my
If you got your child should live closely the lifestyle that you live.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey again, everybody. Ernie Johnson. I got Shaq here. Got Kenny the Jet here. Standing by on headset near the locker rooms, right down the hall, around the corner. We get a chance to catch up with our postgame guest.
Hey, Shaq here. As a team, you controlled the pace tonight.
And thanks for joining.
You're saying that you're trying to put a proportion or percentage of her income onto your support for the child.
Yes.
There you go.
I don't think you need to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you give them what they need.
Right. I don't think it's fair for you to live in an upscale area, but then your child living in some type of slum area. That's not fair.
Well, the circumstances are you, mom and dad were together,
right?
Separated, child with mom.
Right.
Mom chose to live with
We at home. That's a home game. Ignore the two in the background.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Bulls in Chicago. Looking at the Bulls, they've gotten the job done in every way possible this season. They're sitting pretty with the best record in the league, East or West. And for the Chicago Bulls, it's a full-on youth movement. Over a year ago, they traded Jimmy Butler, let go of Dwayne Wade. Shaq, it's all about the future.
Yeah, Ernie, it was too much drama beforehand, so they decided to.
What's that?
That's
It don't matter. Because now you ain't getting $200,000. You ain't making no big bucks.
It's how much you got in the bank that makes you live a decent life.
Just a reminder.
Just like that. That's crazy. That's a part that needs to stop. If this is going to be child support, take records to child. Don't give that money to that mom.
And now, the starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls. At the point guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 32, Chris Dunn. Starting at power forward, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 24.
Doesn't matter. They need to take
Starting at the upper forward position, standing 6 foot 8, number 22, Austin Porter. Starting at the other guard, standing 6 foot 5, number 8, Zach LaVine. The big man, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 1. It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Atlanta Hawks today. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip. And, of course, Alex Len. Since he's out of the picture, the team will have to fill his shoes.
And it's a trade that it caught me a little off guard. I have to be honest, Kevin. He played such a big part for this team, and really the last guy I expected to see them move.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. The big men are Collins and Dedmon. And it's Parsons in at the 3 slot. As we reach the halfway point in the season, Steve, how much does a team's depth start to play a part?
It plays a lot. I mean, if you have lack of it, then you start to see the guys that needed some rest or those nagging injuries, you can't rest them. You got to play them, especially if you're jockeying for position, looking down the road for playoffs. And then the teams who are, I would say, have all the depth in the world, those coaches have it great. They get a chance to pick and choose. They sit some guys. I know the league doesn't like that, and they get a chance to start some other guys. They manage minutes and manage injuries very well when you have a deep team.
And now the first time out called here for the Hawks. Coming to this one, having outplayed the Magic last game.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really.
Why are you calling the timeout at
I'll
the
give them
beginning?
credit. Even though they were facing
That's for
very
the
little
three.
resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. The Hawks working the ball around.
And the touch Young has from beyond the arc, he is almost unguardable from there.
Dunn passes to AI. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. AI's got his second basket of the night.
Okay, it's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Now here's Bazemore. His last outing with 20 points. Here's Parsons, and Parsons slams it in.
Chandler Parsons can just lull you to sleep with his dribble. Then all of a sudden, he's gone.
Young against Dunn. And a wide open look for AI. Another 3 for Chicago.
That's 3 out of 4 now, and you can see his confidence already building.
For Atlanta, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And Young, here we go. Banked in off the glass. Young's got 7 points.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
And here's Young. Following the three from AI. Now here's Bazemore. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
Porter kicks to AI. Knocked loose. Young with the steal. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. To the inside, Dedmon. And it's blocked.
Get that out of here.
Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. Atlanta making a switch here. Here's Young, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando. Levine inside the three-point line. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Yes, Levine filling out the defense makes a good decision to pull up.
Young dishes to Prince. Young with the ball. Now guarded by Dunn. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Chicago. It's a 5-point game. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Getting good production from the reserves on a daily basis is a key ingredient to any team's success.
To the inside, here's AI. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. 17 points for AI.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Atlanta calls timeout. We've seen AI really making a difference here.
I mean, the ridiculous production from beyond the arc. They have to find a way to cool him down.
This is the second timeout already.
Chicago making some changes. Now Collins. He had a big outing in that Magic game as well. Here's Dedmon. That's tipped. Markkanen is out there with Otto Porter Jr. Then it's AI. Then there's Robertson, and it's Levine in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
You got Andre Robertson.
The Hawks trail by 13, and we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Cavaliers got it done. He scored 35 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. That was just the latest in a string of very productive games for him. We'll see if he can keep this streak going, Kevin.
Thanks, David, for another reminder of just what an unbelievable performance that was.
One that everyone's still talking about tonight. He dominated that game in just about every way possible.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us tonight. Maybe he tops himself again. I think he just might do it.
So it's Chicago now after the basket by Atlanta. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Bean passes to AI. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 14.
Zach LaVine won back-to-back dunk contests in 2015 and 2016. The second one against Eric Gordon, an all-time classic.
Dedmon's shot is off.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Now, here is Young. He's got 12.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Robertson kicks to AI. Off target from three-point range. Atlanta's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Bazemore. Bulls have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Here's AI, and he's good on the 3-ball. AI's got 25 points in the game.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
On its way from Young for 2. Again, the Hawks good for 2. We've got 22 seconds left here in the second.
And quarter's almost over. You don't want to give the ball back here.
Gotta be smart about it. Even if you miss, you want to leave no time on the clock.
Levine dishes to AI. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
He does a great job, in my opinion, of finding space along the perimeter and has the touch to knock these down.
When talking about the pressure Young puts on the defense, I'm not sure the word relentless is strong enough.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
He gets it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Chicago, enjoying a 12-point lead as they... And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from AI.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
On the court for Atlanta, the big men are Collins and Dedmon. Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. And it's Parsons in at the small forward. It's many for players going from college to the pros. Which skills tend to be most immediately transferable?
You know, I think the skills on offense, a lot of times those guys are able to drive the basketball and penetrate. Those are the guys that can transfer easily from college. I think it's hard shooting-wise, being able to shoot the 3 ball at the college level, because at the NBA level, the line is pushed back. And I think the one skill level that gives a lot of young guys gives them a hard time is defensively. I think that's the one skill that's not easily transferred to the NBA.
And here's Young following the 3 from AI. Young taking his time here. Dedmon inside. Working on AI. 4 on the shot clock. The offensive rebound. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut to just 9 points on the basket from Dedmon.
A solid beginning to this second half offensively. 3 for 4 from the floor.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
The winners of 6 championship titles, the Chicago Bulls, all in the 1990s, and all with Jordan and Pippen.
Bulls making a switch here. Lopez is checked in, and a switch here also for Atlanta. Carter, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Now, here's Dunn. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Well, the Bulls rebuilt their team a couple times, but then things would unravel.
Yeah, you had the Derrick Rose years. He won league MVP playing for the Bulls. Then you had Jimmy Butler. He gets traded. They continue to search for that championship formula once again.
Here's Collins. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
Just think where they'd be without all the work he's done from the three-point line today.
AI passes to Levine. And here's Porter. AI kicks to Dunn. Back to AI. But they'll get another chance. And the Bulls with another miss.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And the dunk by Bazemore.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And this comeback was fueled by doing it on both ends of the floor. Let's see if they have that same energy level to keep this up.
And again, Chicago, no good. And so Bazemore will bring it up for Atlanta. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Carter against Porter. Bulls up on the elbow. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Carter.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
AI. That one's off, still out of sync.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on Trae Young.
And that bucket should stop the bleeding.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here.
Look at the Hawks and their history. For the most part, a very successful franchise. They've made the playoffs more often than not.
Now here's Prince. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Over Carter. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his... Bulls have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Otto Porter Jr. And it's AI in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Trying to get his man back for the last 3. It helps to not make this personal.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. There's the pass to AI. Off target with his 3. The Hawks trail by 3. Parsons looking it over. Pass to Young. Back to Parsons. Over Porter. Rebound by the Bulls. AI's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out against Young. Dunn passes to AI. No good on the 3.
In this second half, the defense have been baiting him to shoot the 3, and we're seeing why.
And Bazemore kicks to Parsons. It's tipped and finished off by Collins.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. The Bulls have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Dunn passes to AI. No good on the triple.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Shot's good from Young.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Dunn kicks to AI. Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot as much as possible. Dunn against Young. Passes it to Parsons. Back to Young. Hawks passing it around. Spellman. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Hawks lead by 1.
And boy, you want to talk about taking the wind out of a crowd's sails there. A 3 to take the lead just moments after they'd given it up.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 1:30 left to play here in the 4th. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in the zone.
Hawks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. The Bulls have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. The time to go cold. That bucket in no time at all. AI's got 43 points. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Shot's good from Young.
What more can you ask for?
Phenomenal here in the clutch. This is what fans tune in to see.
Now, here's Markkanen. For 3, Levine. Collins grabs the miss. There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Young dishes to Collins. Bazemore on the wing. Yes!
Terrific score when they needed it the most. Bazemore, in this situation, he remained calm.
And it's still within reach.
Maybe, but they are hanging on by a thread. They need to make good on every possession.
Here's AI. Gets the three to fall.
And the three-point shot really has been their best friend here tonight.
He's been huge from deep. That's where he's done most of his damage. And if they need another three, he'll be the guy.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're down by 1. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Patience is the key. Let's see what they come up with here.
Torian Prince, he's checked in for the Hawks. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. We know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Thank you, David. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dedmon kicks to Young. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Exactly, that's what I'm gonna do.
Act right, bitch.
You can do whatever
You
you
gonna fuck.
fucking want. I don't give a
Please,
fuck about
nigga.
you. You
I'm
think I
gonna
really
fuck.
give a fuck about you?
I don't give a fuck about you neither. I'm on home.
Ever since you've been taking your medicine, your ass been fucking up, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
Control your fucking self.
On folks. You gonna clone me?
Why would I?
You think I'm a rapper? I know you gonna clone me? I can get a job. I can be in a strip club. I can live just like you, bitch. And I don't gotta sell my soul. Fuck something else.
I'm not.
Ass clown ass nigga.
I'm not. First off, I'm not a bitch ass. Next off, I'm
You all that, shorty. You all that, shorty.